All I needed to go 100% in on producing my own music and believing that I was capable to become a producer was one simple question that a chart-topping songwriter asked me. And today I want to tell you that story. A few years ago, I won a contest that was organized by the biggest national radio station in Austria, and the prize was a free ticket to go to a workshop that was hosted by a very prominent and very established songwriter. During that workshop, the attendees were able to play one song of theirs, and he would give his opinion and feedback on the tracks and let us know what he was thinking. After I played my song Dark Side for everyone, which was also the song that got me that free ticket to the workshop, he praised the song and he said the production was very contemporary, which was something he criticized about a lot of the other songs. And he asked me this simple question that permanently changed my outlook towards producing my own music. Did you produce the song yourself? I hadn't. Sure, I had written the chords, I came up with the guitar pattern and the general structure of the song, but I had worked together with a real producer, so he would be able to recreate my existing instrumental and make it sound professional. However, what I took away from that question was that he had thought to himself, she could have produced that herself. Absolutely possible. It might sound silly, but that assumption of competence is all that I needed to believe in my own ability to become a real producer. The thing is, it's not like I had never produced anything before. I had literally produced 2 prior albums completely by myself. Not saying that they sounded good, especially the first album. I didn't know what mastering was or quantization, so that was interesting. I specifically remember the day where I realized what quantizing was, and until then I had just fixed every MIDI note by hand, and I just had to sit down and I just had to think about my life for a second. The difference is that I just thought I was never going to be able to get past the point of demos, and that I would never be able to listen to a song that I produced myself and to a song that I love listening to by a different artist that is, professionally produced, and not hear a difference in the production level. I just couldn't imagine a reality where I would be able to get something to that professional level. I just didn't think it was possible. And I do think that this is an issue that primarily affects women, this lack of confidence in our own abilities, while there are people out there that absolutely call themselves producers after they have just found out what MIDI notes are and they have put together 3 loops in FL Studio. I remember looking for producers to collab with, and there would be so many producers out there that call themselves experts that would have those showcase demos, and when I listened to them, it would blow my mind, because at that point, when I wouldn't even call myself a beginner producer, I would be able to come up with much better productions than whatever I was hearing. We're just at very different ends of the spectrum here. And while I'm still happy to collaborate with talented producers, I can't imagine reverting to a time where my creative vision relied so heavily on someone else, and where I just really, I couldn't be 100% myself, because there's always someone else watching and judging you. And now I'm at a point where I can look back on a big catalog of songs that I'm very proud of and that are 100% me. And I have reached that point where I can listen to a song of mine and a song of someone else's, and I'm like, they give me the same feeling, listen to them. They're on the same level to me. So I've absolutely reached that goal that I couldn't imagine ever getting to. Now, I'm not saying that it was easy or that it happened quickly. Your first productions will absolutely suck, and you will not be able to recreate what you hear in your head or what you hear on the radio at first. And it will be incredibly frustrating figuring out all these little moving parts that you didn't even know existed, and you will continuously find new things that you didn't realize you had to look out for and understand. And you will listen back to songs that you produced 6 months ago and you will cringe. But that just means you're improving and you're at a different level now than you were 6 months ago. And here's another thing I want you to think about. The average listener does not care as much about production quality as you think they do. They care about it, but they just cannot hear the things that you can hear. They do not care about what snare sound you're using. They just care about the vibe and how the song makes them feel. I've got millions of streams on songs that I have self-produced, and that now when I listen to them, they're far from perfect. There's a lot of issues that I hear in them, but there's people that will listen to them every single day. I'm telling you, people do not care as much. Or take LAX as an example. Her most streamed song for years had been a song that she had produced herself in 2015. It was disliked and criticized by people in the industry, but her audience loved it. And for years, none of the other songs that she had done with professional songwriters and pro producers, they couldn't touch it. Nearly 10 years later now, she has released her entirely self-produced album, Girl With No Face. Looking through the songs, it seems like she has also written most of the songs on her own. And it was inspired by the success of that 2015 song. She realized she can write a song herself, produce it, and people are able to love it. That gave her kind of that push to just really do her own thing this year. All I needed was a little nudge back in the day to believe in myself and to think that I can learn how to do this. And if you've watched this far in the video, then let this be your nudge. Create something that's entirely you.